Good morning, children. Welcome to English class. This is your teacher Nirmala. So, open your first semester textbook, that is page number 241, grammar part. Now, this is your grammar of this semester. First is sentences. So, going to sentences, you all know in English language there are 26 letters from A to Z. So, those letters, when they are formed, is called a word. Now those group of words gives a sentence. For example, here see, a sentence is a meaningful group of words. You should remember these important points about a sentence. What is a sentence? It is a group of words. Now what you have to remember is the words must be placed in the proper order to make complete sense. They should not be in an improper way. They should be in a proper order. Next point, a sentence must always begin with a capital letter. Whenever you start writing, beginning of a sentence should be a capital letter. Now, the third point is a sentence has a full stop at the end. You have to make a full stop at the end of each sentence. Okay, so coming to now, you have to tickle your brain and write which is a sentence or not, like this how I did, whether others also are sentences or not. Now say some sentences also may be made up of just one word, that is stop, run, sit, stand, come, go. These are the single word, but also these also called as one word sentences. Okay, because they gives us commands. Okay, children. Now see, every complete sentence contains two parts, that is a subject and a predicate. You know which is a subject and which is a predicate. Now let me explain about. See here, the person or a thing we speak about is called the subject. That means about whom we are speaking. That person is called, or person, place, animal, whatever it is, that becomes the subject. Next, what is said about the subject is called the predicate. And what we are talking about the subject. About the subject. That means any person, place, animal, about that what we are speaking is called becomes the predicate. For example, here the dog barked at the stranger. See who becomes the subject here? The dog. Barked at the stranger becomes the predicate. What did the dog do here? It barked at the stranger. So the dog becomes the subject and the other thing will become the predicate. Here, I live in New Delhi. See, I means about whom we are speaking. That is, I becomes the subject. And what we are speaking about, I live in New Delhi. Where does she live? In New Delhi. That becomes the predicate. Here also, hens lays eggs. Hens becomes the subject and lay eggs becomes the predicate. Next, Anushka and Gauransh are playing. Who are playing here? Anushka and Gauransh. Anushka and Gauransh becomes the subject. And what are these two are doing? Playing. That is, it becomes the predicate. See here. A subject is a noun or a pronoun. It may be just one word. Whether it is a group of words or it is a one word. Whether it is a noun and it is a pronoun, but it becomes the subject. The predicate tells us about the subject's action. It may also be one word. No need that there should be such a big lengthy one. Maybe it is a short one like I. Maybe it is a long one like Anushka and Gauransh. But it becomes the predicate. Just you have to think about which is subject and which is predicate. So here, see. Sometimes the subject is understood or left out, as in come in really means you come in. There need not be such a big one. As I said, some words are also called as sentences. Stand up. That means you stand up. Thank you really means I thank you. So these are the leftover which is not compulsory that you should tell about the subject. Okay, this is a predicate. Now coming up, there are four kinds of sentences. How many kinds of sentences? Four. What are those? Declarative or assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, that means the questionings, imperative sentence, that becomes the order, request or instructions, and exclamatory sentence, that is express feelings. What you are expressing about your feelings is called as exclamatory sentence. First, explanation about declarative sentence or assertive sentence or statements. So a sentence that states or declares something is called a declarative sentence, that it gives us such a complete meaning and you have no need of asking that what it is, the meaning of that. That means, see here, the sun sets in the west. It is clearly given where does the sun sets. Setting of the sun in which place? In the west. So it gives a complete meaning and it started with a capital letter and ended with the full stop. This is an assertive, declarative or statement. Okay. So next coming up to interrogative sentence. A sentence that asks someone a question is called an interrogative sentence. Like, who has broken this vase? Is the cow eating the grass? Where's your house? So these are ended with a question mark and started with the capital letters. This is an interrogative sentence. So interrogative sentence always starts with a capital letter and ends with a question mark. Okay, children. Now turn the page. Next. And in interrogative sentence, the verb becomes before the subject. Look at the order of the pace in the pace of sentences given below. The bird is chirping. This becomes the statement. Started with the capital letter and ended with the full stop. This we can make it as a question or interrogative sentence. That is the bird chirping? See? Same way, they have made the statement into question, rearranged the statements into question. So whenever you see a full stop and the capital letter starting, it becomes a statement. Whenever it started with a capital letter and ended with it becomes a question or interrogative sentence. Okay. Now, imperative sentence. A sentence that expresses an order, a request, or piece of advice is called an imperative sentence. That you are making others pleased or you are ordering them, it becomes an imperative or a sentence. So the subject of all imperative sentences is you and is not usually spoken or written in the sentence. It is understood by the listener or the order. You post this letter. You please give me a glass of. No need of us always telling you in all the sentences. It is understood that when it is said to you, it is understood that you is silence here and it is not repeated always. Okay. Next, exclamatory sentence. A sentence that expresses some strong or sudden feelings is called an exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory mark is put at the end of such sentences. See, hooray, I won the race. How beautiful the painting is. What a noise they are making. So they are shouting, they are screaming. So it is ended with the exclamation. Exclamatory mark is like this. So you have to end with the sentence with an exclamatory, that it is called as exclamatory sentence. Now going through the jumbled words here to make a correct meaning. Cannot live water we without. See, these words are there, but these words doesn't make any sense. So what we have to write? See, we cannot live without water. So no need of commas in between. It is a sentence. You have to write it correctly here like this. This is a capital letter and ended with a full stop. Same way, old are how you. Is this giving any meaning? No. What did you have to write? How old are question mark. You are asking a question. How old are you? So this is an interrogative sentence. So this is a statement or declarative or assertive sentence. This is an interrogative sentence. In the same way, you have to write all the others. Okay. See here. This is about exercising up the subjects. Encircle the subjects in each the following sentences. Gorillas live in the forest. So this becomes the subject and others becomes the predicate. China is a big country. Which is the subject here? China. Encircle it. This is a subject. In the same way, you have to write all the rest. And next you have to turn the page. See, the peacock is a beautiful friend. So here also the peacock becomes the subject. Now, write whether the following sentences are declarative, interrogative, imperative or exclamatory. That means which is the statement belongs to. May God bless you. This has been ended with the exclamatory. So, this is an exclamatory sentence. Sit down. This is a command. So, or an order. You can write it as imperative sentence. Where do you live? Interrogative. It is asking where do you live. So that ends with a question mark. So it is an interrogative sentence. So you have to write all the rest, children. Now what do these sentences express? Choose the correct word from the bubble and write it in the space given. May you live long. This is a wish. This is a wish means this is not an order. This is not a command. This is not a request. This is not an advice. Please lend me your book. This is a request. So, the other two you have to write. Okay? Get out of the room. Do not look directly at the sun. This is all about your today's class. Okay, children? Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.